This is basic math, but basic math is too easy for you burros. So I'm gonna teach you algebra because I'm the champ. And if the only thing you know how to do is add and subtract, you'll only be prepared to do one thing, pump gas.
Hey, ripping off a gas station is better than working in one, you know?
Orale. Orale.
I mean, is it wrong what you said? Is it true? I mean, how much are you gonna get paid at the gas station? Look at California. You walk into a store, get yourself $900 worth of shit, walk out. What are you gonna get? Nothing. Except you got $900 worth of shit.
Hey, I'm a tough guy. Tough guys don't do math. Tough guys deep fried chicken for a living. Pues orale. You want a wing or a leg, man?
It's a really good movie. It's called Stand and Deliver. Really good movie. Absolutely phenomenal. I think everybody should see it. I seen it as a kid, loved it. But now that I'm an adult, you know, I have a little bit of life experience. I can tell you that this movie is flawed at its core, because in this movie, this teacher goes, you know, to a school in the ghetto, if we can say, if we can call it that, and he teaches kids with no future, you know, math and calculus and algebra and such, you know, and he's really fighting for the kids. He really wants them to have a better life than just criminals or frying chicken for the rest of their life. And you know, in 1980s, this movie came out in 1988, it would be maybe true, maybe not true, right? That you needed to go to school, you need to learn math, you need to learn calculus. In 2022, in 21st century, you don't need that stuff. In 21st century, you need 21st century skills. That's why going to college, going to school is actually a waste of time. When you go to school for 12 years, you actually waste of time. You would be better off playing video games, doing some on the street, I don't know, partying, traveling, doing whatever. You would be better off because you would be learning people skills. Do you learn people skills in high school? No, not really. Not anything beyond filling out a job application at McDonald's, right? Here are some skills that you need in 21st century. Coding, coding, coding. Software engineer, software engineer, software engineer. Maybe a lawyer. You don't need to go to a fancy, you don't need to go to a fancy college. You can study law yourself. You don't even need to pass a bar exam, because in America, the Fourth Amendment allows you to have anybody as a lawyer, to defend themselves in court, to represent someone in court. So if someone doesn't have money for a fancy lawyer and you know law, you could actually represent that person in court without getting a fancy degree. Here's another one. Video editing. That's some I'm trying to learn right now. It's a 21st century skill. All right, now let's pretend you're not very good with computers and you're not very smart. Well, car mechanics, they're always going to be there and you can get paid good money. There's not going to be a robot that's going to fix cars. It's just not going to happen because shit is so complicated. Things are just so messed up. You need to spend hours figuring out what the problem is. See, car mechanics don't just fix a car. Majority of what car mechanics do, the hardest part, is diagnosing the problem. If the car mechanic tells you what the problem is, well shit, any monkey with a fucking wrench can unscrew a part and put a new part in. That's not the hardest part. Hardest part is figuring out the problem, diagnostics. That's the hardest part. If you know of any other 21st century skills, put in below, but I don't see anywhere else where you can make $250,000, $350,000 a year, which is just bare minimum that you need to live in America, besides coding, video editing, you know, and video editing turns into content creation, something like this. You have an opinion, fart it out. Or you have a vagina, dance around. You have a pair of tits, shake them around. you'll get a sponsorship deal. Get views, get sponsorship deals. It's pretty easy. All right, if you think there's something else that that I missed as far as the skills, put in below. Otherwise, let's finish the clip and I'm out.
Whoever heard of negative and positive numbers? Anybody?
Yeah, negative numbers are like unemployment. 10 million people out of work, that's a negative number.
We're gonna need a lot of Kleenexes. There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. You ever been to the beach?
Yeah.
You ever play with the sand? Finger man. Come on, finger man. You ever dig a hole? The sand that comes out of the hole, that's a positive. The hole is a negative. That's it. Simple. Anybody can do. -2 plus 2 equals. Nethead. Orale. Answer it. Come on, you know the answer. -2 plus 2, fill the hole. If I had that on my hands, I wouldn't raise it either. Orale. Come on, a -2 plus 2 equals. Anybody can do it. Fill the hole. -2 plus 2 equals.
Amazing acting. Oh my God.
Come on, just fill the hole. You can do it. You're gonna let these burros laugh at you. -2 plus 2 equals. I'll break your neck like a toothpick. Orale.
0.
0. You're right. Simple. That's it.
Dude, that teacher is a badass. I love that movie as a kid. Unfortunately, it doesn't. You know, it's a great movie from a filming perspective, from a cinematography. It's beautiful. Love the color. Love the acting. Great storyline. Unfortunately, in 21st century, calculus is not gonna get you. It's not gonna get you very far past the frying station. You might get yourself, you know, a manager position at KFC with calculus, or something else, or maybe some kind of $50,000 a year, you know, government job, or $60,000 a year government job, or maybe you could work at SpaceX for $30,000 a year. They're hiring, their starting wages $30,000 a year. So get yourself $170,000 in debt with your fancy calculus degree, and then you could be making managing chicken frying station, or even, you know, doing something at SpaceX for $30,000 a year.